everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today again with another magic maker project for hobby hoppers. And I don't know about you, but I just want to make an easy card. I've had such a busy week this week. I don't have a lot of time for crafting. I've got a wedding Friday, which will be the day that this video comes out, so I have to make it and edit it before then. I've got another video coming out tomorrow. I've got real life work and things and about 1 trillion emails to catch up on this week. So I'm going for simple, which I know is not very me, but I'm hoping this one turns out really cute. I'm going for a very simple color scheme and just a few little stamps, and I want to see if I can actually make it happen. So what I'm working with today is my favorite alphabet die set. I'll be using some black cardstock for these ones. I'll be using the Sweet Spider stamp set. This has been my favorite stamp set for this year's Halloween release. It is just a lot of fun. It is very cute. I'll also be using some pastel pink cardstock for my background. I really love all of these pastel Halloween cards. They've been a lot of fun to make. I'm also using, of course, my favorite stitched rectangle and the new spiderweb backdrop. I did like how I used it with black the other day, but I'm thinking of going bright and pastel this time. Okay, let's get started before my neighbor turns on their power tools again. Okay, so what I've got here is the background that I want, but in 2 colorways. I first cut this one out and thought it just, something about it isn't quite working for me. I really thought I wanted the spiderweb in pink, but it just wasn't quite what I was after, I don't think. So I did it in the opposite colorway, and I'm feeling like this one works a little better for what I'm going for. So I am going to go with this one, but I'd love to know what you think. Which do you prefer? What one would you pick out of these 2? So here I have, I guess, what is going to be my sentiment today, which is just a simple boo. So I am kind of wanting to go for a bit of a shadow effect on these, but I'm doing it the opposite. My letters are going to be black with, I guess, the white shadow. So what I'm going to do is just, if my glue agrees, because this one just isn't what it used to be, I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. It does not need a lot, and it doesn't need to be all over it because these aren't going to be scented. There we go, get some glue on the mat. That'll be fun for later. And what I'm going to do is just place them off center so that we get that, I guess, like a 3D effect. Okay, so I'm just going to give them a little minute to dry. I don't need them just yet anyway. Now with this background, I know that I want the spider web stuck directly down onto the pink cardstock, so I'm going to do that now. And while I'm here and it's on my mind, I'm going to add my double-sided tape to the back of this. Now for my sentiment, I was just going to go with the boo, but I thought just a little extra. I'm not going too overboard. I am still going to keep it simple. I thought boo from our web to yours would be really cute. So I'm going to use this little die here, cut it from some black cardstock and emboss with some white embossing powder. I will apologize for the neighbors doing goodness knows what outside. If you can also hear all the hammering and drilling, I don't know what's going on out there today, but it's always on filming day that we have like too many planes go over and all the garbage trucks or delivery trucks or something. It's a quiet street until I need to record. So what I've done here is added some anti-static powder onto this little strip of black cardstock. Usually I will just do a quick little tap so that I can see that I like the placement of where that's going to be. I've got my embossing ink that I'm going to pop on my stamp, and I really try to only do this once so that I don't flatten the sentiment too much or squish out my letters and make them look a little strange. I feel like that is fine. From our web to yours. I love this sentiment. It's very cute. And then I'm going to sprinkle my embossing powder over it, give it a gentle tap to remove the excess, and then I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I might just try to remove the excess right there on that R so it doesn't look like a bee because it's looking a little strange right now. But then I'm going to grab my heat tool and melt this. Okay, now that embossing's done, I'm going to very quickly color these little spiders in. I'm going to keep it, again, just super simple. They are just so cute. I love their very round little bodies. And this little guy, he's always fun to draw cheeks on. So while I'm colouring these in, now is the perfect time to talk about Hobby Hoppers. If you're unfamiliar with the brand, it is a small Aussie-based business in Melbourne run solely by the owner Trish. Working for Hobby Hoppers has been so much fun. I do love the amount of creative control that I have over my projects, and of course it helps that there is so much to work with on the Hobby Hoppers website. Lawn Fawn is obviously my favourite, so it is my place to find all of my new pieces for my collection from all the latest releases, but it is also where my watercolours come from, my jelly roll pens, and so many more of my supplies. As always, I will make sure I link in the description box below the things that I am using from the Hobby Hoppers website today so that you can check it out and grab them for yourself. I just love adding cheeks to these little spiders. How cute does that look? Magical. I am just going to add some white highlights to these. I'll probably use the size 05 because they are quite small. Oh, they are just so cute. I love them so much. I'm going to quickly cut these out and then it's time to assemble our card. This one's going to be a nice and simple one to bring together in the end. I've got some foam circles here that I'm going to add behind those very round bodies of these little spiders. I just think they would look so good with a bit of dimension. For this boo, I'm thinking of sticking it directly to my background as I will have this one raised with some foam strips as well. I am just gently placing them down for now. I'm not sticking them too much in case I want to move them around, because let's face it, I'm always moving things around until I'm happy with it. I'm not sure if I maybe want to move that and make it centered or maybe raise it up a little bit. I will just play around with my little spiders positioned as well. I think one in the middle of the web always looks good, and maybe one up there. So then I could kind of go, I feel like boo is one of the trickier words to play around with. I don't know why. I just always find longer words a bit easier. It just looks a little funny. That is probably looking more like how I want it to be. And this tiny little one that I almost threw out about a dozen times because I keep thinking it's just an offcut, but it's part of the exclamation mark. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. I think that's a little bit cute. I will now stick my spiders down somewhere. I'm trying to decide where that one looks best. Maybe this little one can be up there. Maybe there. But now that I'm looking at it, I think it needs like one more little thing, and I'm not entirely sure what that is yet. So removing the backing from these little cuties, I'm going to stick them down. And I think I know what I want to stick in the background that is going to fit in well with this color scheme. So I found some pink twine that matches pretty similarly to that color pink for the background. And I am just going to tie a quick bow. I don't know if maybe sticking it down would be easier. It probably would be, but I'm going to give it a go here. Bows aren't really my thing. I love the look of them. I'm just not good at tying them. So we'll see how we go. It's looking a little floppy, but I don't think it's looking too bad. I can always tidy it up once it's on there. I just need the right amount of length. So what I'm going to do now is remove the backing on these ones and stick this part of my sentiment down. Okay, now I'm thinking, yes, that bow is far too big. So I'm just going to reduce the length on that a little bit. Okay, I'm thinking that looks pretty cute. I'm going to grab my card base to stick it down, and then we can put those final details on it. Okay, now we're not done yet. We still have some details to go. First up, I'm going to add some white highlights to the word boo. And then I've got a bunch of little things that I can stick around on this background that I think might make it look a little bit cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add a couple of drops of glue. I think here would look pretty good. And then I'm going to add some wobbly eyes because you can't really go wrong with these things, right? They're hilarious. They're a lot of fun. And I think I'd like to add some more, maybe down here somewhere. I'm just going to add some little sparkles in certain points around the web. I am quite liking that. There we go. I think that'll be enough. I don't want to go too far with it. And that is this week's Magic Maker project for Hobby Hoppers. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see what I make next time. The links to everything I used today will be in the description box below, along with the link to the Hobby Hoppers website. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.